So we are on 3.3. 3.3, and we're going to do an order of operations, including everything we've learned. So we're going to tie it all together. Okay, a coefficient is a constant multiplier, and we often have it in front of variables, but we can have it in front of other things. Okay, so I want to talk about, we've talked about this before. So if I had a scenario that looked like this, we have three things going on in this. We would have a coefficient. What kind of component would we call the m? M is the, do you remember the word? It's the base, and 5 is the exponent. So what am I repeating? M. How many times am I repeating m? 5 times. Then I'm multiplying by 2 after. Versus, what's the difference between this? What is the coefficient? Nothing, right? There is no coefficient now. Because what is this? It's the base now, the whole thing, exponent, and then there's no coefficient of that power. Okay? 2 is the coefficient within the base, but it's different. It's different than this. Okay, so do you understand those components? All right, so here we go. Evaluate. So what do you have to do with bed mass? Brackets, exponent stuff, before multiply, divide, before add, subtract, right? Okay, so I have to do, there's an exponent and there's a multiply. Those are the two things going on. So I have to evaluate this first, and we're going to do this without a calculator. 2 times 2, what are we at? 4, and then a third 2, what are we at now? 8, and a fourth 2, 16. So now 3 times 16 is 48.
48.5.
Just 48. Okay, so here we would have to evaluate the exponent first. So what's negative 5 squared? Positive. That's a positive, right? Then times negative 3. Please think about money. 3/4 of money. 75 cents. So negative. Okay. This last example, remember what you're doing? There's an exponent and there's a multiply. Remember that it's really separated. It's really like this. There's a negative 1 and a 4 to the 4th. Okay, should we try that? Should we try it on our own? 4 times, how about we do them separated like that? What's a 4 times 4? 16. So what's a 16 times a 16? Did you have that memorized?
No. was on the questions last time. Yesterday, there was on the questions then.
Yeah, some of these numbers will get familiar. Okay.
How did she answer that question?
Okay, so that's the exponent. Then times. Then I have to times yet, right? So then negative now. Okay, evaluate. So do you all know what the word evaluate means? Get me a number. What's the final number? Okay, so brackets, exponents, division, multiply. What do we got here? We got exponent. That comes first. So 9. Multiply. Question B, we have exponent, then multiply. So what's the exponent part first? Negative 8. Then we're going to times.
No, it is not negative 48. It's negative 48.1.
What?
Easton, I appreciate your logic. It's negative 48.0, actually.
Does everybody know if I put something side by side like that, it's just multiplied?
Yes.
Okay. Because like, in math, that just means 4 times 5. Okay, C, there's an exponent and a multiply again. So exponent and then multiply after, right? It's a coefficient, it's separated. So 49 is the exponent, and then after the multiply.
It's negative 49 without the negative. Just kidding.
And the last one, what do you get there? So you have to do exponents, so 2 cubed, 8, then multiply.
Good, I guess you can't just write this.
Okay, evaluate. So we're coming up with numbers. We just have a lot more stuff going on. So here we go. 16, is that exponent? I'm just going to copy down, and what's this last part going to be?
No, it's going to be negative 9.
It's negative 9. That bracket thing is throwing you off. Okay, but that negative is not included in that. It's the after negative. So there's always the negative that's included and the after negative. And this is the after negative. Okay, which one am I doing now?
Isn't that the one that's... Oh, no, right.
If I wanted it to be included, I would have needed like that.
Oh,
okay, so I have a subtract, a divide, and an add. So would you have picked that
yes.
divide next? So this would be a 4. Now we have a subtract and an add. Does that matter?
No. Right to left, left to right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, so you can pick. We could do that first. 12.
Subtract 9.
12, add a negative 9. Same idea as 12 subtract 9.
3.
3 is your answer.
Guess what?
Okay, question B. Negative 2 times, let's work this exponent first. So minus 16, subtract 16, plus 4 times, oh, this is funky. What are we going to do there?
You do the equation and then add an exponent.
You do brackets 5 cubed. Do you see that? Because I have to do the bracket piece, the 2 plus 3, before the exponent on the outside of it.
75.
Okay, let's go here. Let's go to that bracket. Can you get me, what is minus 15 and then minus another 16?
-1.
I went temperature, if I started at 0 and I dropped 15 and then I dropped 16 more, what am I at? That's what you said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Negative 31. And I'm going to do 5 cubed, which is, should know this one, 125, because 25 and then 5 of those, 5 quarters of money, $1.25. Okay, let's do these timesing. Is this positive or negative now? Positive 62.
Wait, adding?
Those were timesed. So I times those. So 62 plus, and I need you to times these. So you can do this without your calculator. Yeah, 4 of the hundreds is 400, and 4 of the 25s is 100 more, so 500. So 562.
Isn't it 75, not 125?
What am I doing here? The 5 cubed?
Yeah.
So 5 times 5
25.
is 25.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
And then if you have 5 quarters of money, you're thinking of 3 quarters, I think. Okay, can I see if you can type that into your calculator all in one step and get 562?
Oh, you can.
Let's see if you're really good at your brackets and such.
Oh, can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Cartier, check this out.
All right, last 2 questions. So evaluate, so get me the number at the end. So let's do the exponent. So 4 squared,
4 squared equals
16. We're also going to do this. So question, what do you think? 16 or negative?
Negative 16.
Negative 16 is the right choice because the negative is an after negative, not a repetition negative,
Which equals 0.
which comes out to 0.
Big fat 0.
Okay, and the last question, so get me brackets to start the bed mass. Brackets, so that situation is 5 plus 2? 7. Thanks. Okay, so there's the bracket. Now you can do exponent stuff. So 8 times 49. And I'm also going to do 2 squared. Okay, so now we're moving on to bed mass, multiply, divide stuff. So I could tackle 8 times 49. So mental math here, what's 8 times 50? Eight times 50, what's that? 400? Well, 8 times 5 is 40, so 400. Okay, so then what do you got? You went 1 extra 8, so we have to do 1 less 8. So what are we at?
392.
392. Look how fast we can multiply. Mental math. I can't subtract 12 because I have to do what here?
Divide by.
This has to divide and then the subtract. Okay, do you want to try another big calculator type? All in one step. See if you can type that in and see if you can match our answer then.
Calculators